For the song share, I chose Send in the Clowns, sung by Bernadette Peters. This song is from a musical called A Little Night Music. The musical was written by Stephen Sondheim in 1973. Send in the Clowns is in the second act, and the character Desiree sings this song to lament on the problems in her life. She was having an affair with a lawyer who kept asking to marry her, and she said no. She later realized she is in love with him, but it is too late because he is in a relationship with a younger woman. Send in the Clowns is her rejection song. Some common themes throughout the song are some piano techniques, which are the arpeggiated bass part throughout the right and left hands of the song. The right hand plays the melody, usually an octave higher than the singer, and adds in thirds and sixths to the melodic content. The vocal techniques: Bernadette Peters uses a darker vocal color. She sings in mostly her chest voice throughout the song, and she has a heavy vibrato to create an intensity in the song.
One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move.
The meter sign switches between 12/8 and 9/8 in a waltz or mazurka style. The melody, it uses short melodic phrases, and the beginning phrases of the verses start with the same A flat, B flat, E flat ascending pattern.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair?
The form is verse, bridge, verse, and the rhyme scheme we will talk about when we look at each of the verses and the bridge. Let's move on to meter. The meter signature changes between 12/8 and 9/8. This fits into the waltz mazurka song styles. The change to 9/8 creates more momentum with the continuous line without dotted quarter rests like other parts of the melody. This change between 12/8 and 9/8 with the fast-moving rhythms with no rests make the melody seem like it never stops.
Running doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours.
Some common things that happen with the melody. The phrases in the melody are short to show that the singer is angry and upset. She cannot sing for a long time. The beginning of the verses start with the same melodic pattern, with low A flat, B flat, then E flat, this ascending pattern. The lower the sound, the more darker and dramatic it is. The longer emphasis on next in maybe next year shows that she is looking for good things to happen even though she just got heartbroken from being rejected.
Well, maybe next year.
The second phrase, Send in the Clowns, grows from 3 beats in the first verse to 6 beats in the second verse. Our first verse is our A section. The rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B. There are 2 stanzas in our A section. They are both 4 phrases long. The tonal center for our A section hovers around E flat major, but travels through various keys throughout. This creates an unstable feeling that she doesn't know what will happen next. Most of the chords that are used in the A section are E flat major, A flat major, and B flat major, with one chord being F minor. Before we listen, I want to show you different things to look for. In the introduction, it starts with an arpeggiated E flat major chord in the left and right hands of the piano. The bass part, while the singer starts, is arpeggiated chords and then held out chords. The upper parts play the melody an octave higher than the singer with a harmony underneath.
Don't you approve?
The B section, or the bridge of the song, uses the rhyme scheme A-A-B-B. The B section is made up of one stanza that has 4 phrases inside of it. In the B section, the tonal center hovers around G minor. The effect of starting this B section in minor and going through different chords throughout creates the image of a rocky life she is having. The many different chords create a smooth transition from G minor through D minor, C minor 7, and G major to get back to E flat major in the second verse. The tonal centers around G minor create the sad and depressing feeling after being rejected by the person she loves. It shows her despair and her sadness. In the bass part starts with an arpeggiated bass part in the first phrase. The texture for the upper parts starts with longer melody notes on top of the staff, with dotted eighth note pairs underneath in the middle.
Just when I'd stopped. Oh.
In the second phrase, finally knowing, the bass part uses a longer held chord on the bottom like a drone, with faster moving rhythms on top. In the second phrase, finally knowing, is chordal harmony followed by an arpeggiated right hand, with the higher melody on top of the arpeggiated notes.
Finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours.
The bass part ends with an arpeggiated part on the final word of the bridge. The upper parts finish the bridge with longer notes that end up leading to the melody of the second verse.
Sure of my lies, no one is there.
The second A section, or verse, has a rhyme scheme of A-A-B-A. This section is made up of 2 stanzas with 4 phrases in each stanza. The tonal center for the second A section goes through many more chordal changes than the first A section. A1 section hovers over E flat major but travels through various keys throughout. This creates an unstable feeling that she doesn't know what will happen next. Some chords that are used in this section are E flat major, F7, A flat major, G major, F minor, G minor, B flat 7, and E flat. This section starts and ends, just like the first section, with E flat major. The texture of the second verse. The lower part starts with an arpeggiated bass part, followed by held chords, and the bass part ends with longer chordal drones before the final ending of the song. The upper parts play the melody an octave higher than the singer, with harmony underneath.
Clouds. There ought to be clouds.
The piano plays an arpeggiated E flat major chord in the right and left hands, ending with an E flat major chord in first position. Let's wrap up with our common themes, reviewing what we talked about. In our song, Send in the Clowns, sung by Bernadette Peters and written by Stephen Sondheim, the piano techniques show an arpeggiated bass part throughout the right and left hands of the song. The right hand plays the melody, usually an octave higher, and adds in thirds and sixths to the melodic content. The vocal techniques show a darker vocal color. Voice is used throughout the song. Heavy vibrato is used to create an intensity in the song. The meter sign switches between 12/8 and 9/8 in a waltz or mazurka style. The melody is made up of short melodic phrases. The beginning phrases of the verses start with the ascending pattern A flat, B flat, E flat. And the rhyme scheme for the A section or verse, it is A, B, A, B. For the B section or the bridge, it is A, A, B, B. And for the second A section or second verse, the rhyme scheme is A, A, B, A.